Caitlin Clark, she's an enigma, man. Like, it is like people are jealous. And I don't even know if jealous is the right adjective.
Oh, it's part of it. That's one of the words that's a part of it.
They don't like that she's getting so much coverage, but it's earned, bro. She earned this. Like, if you want to be in a position that she's in, go do what she did. All athletes, we are all afforded the same opportunities. She went to Iowa. And she took a women's basketball team and put them on the map.
You can't say she did a blue blood approach. She was good enough to make Iowa relevant.
Dude, she's earned this. She's earned this off the back of her hard work, man. Like, people see the game. They see the game. You don't see what goes into me being able to play this way in the game. You don't see the summers of work that I put in when the season is over. You don't see that. You don't see how hard any athlete works. Let's specifically Caitlin Clark. Let's just keep it on her. We don't see her running at what we would call them. I don't know what they call them now. Suicides or Jayhawks. They call them suicide or Jayhawks. We don't see that and then go shoot 500 shots a day. We don't see that. We don't see that behind the scenes hard work that this young lady has put in day after day, month after month, year after year. We don't see that. And it's not just her. There's plenty others that are doing it. But she took Iowa, a non-basketball school, to the top of the food chain. Come up short. Did they win it all? No. But what she did was remarkable. And so because of that, she goes into the WNBA with extreme popularity. And her team isn't winning, but she's holding her own. Is she turning the ball over a bit much? Yeah, she'll figure that out. But it's to me, it's good for the game. But people want, I didn't get this attention. They didn't talk about me like this. Well, you didn't do what Caitlin Clark did. Because if you did, they would be talking about you like this. And so Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they are a big reason a lot of people are watching women's basketball in the WNBA now. They're a big reason of that. You would probably, if we had to give a percent, I would probably say 60-40 Caitlin to Angel Reese. And that's not a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad thing.
Do you think they have the type of influence, the type of gravity that a Larry Bird and it, coincidentally, one happens to be white, one happens to be black, but I mean, it is what it is. Do you think they have the same type of draw, the same type of kind of gravity that could actually get the WNBA to a place that Magic and Bird did for the NBA? Before it was Michael Jordan who made the NBA super, super relevant and brought it into mainstream the way that he did. It was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson that made the NBA, took it to the relevance level that it did, and it never turned back. Like, that's been what the standard was, and that was kind of like where it all started and where it began, where you had major brands. You think they're that major?
It's possible.
Wow.
It's possible, but their teams are going to need to win. Yeah. Their teams are going to need to win and win at a high level. And I mean, you can't be a bottom feeder team and say, oh, we're going to take the league to new heights. You have to win. Everybody loves a winner. And so if they start to win, yeah. And we're seeing steps. Years pass. They were complaining. Oh, we take commercial flights. We don't get charter. What has happened now?
Well, they don't all have chartered flights.
Yeah, they do.
The whole entire WNBA now?
The entire WNBA, every single team. And so that's a step in the right direction. Right there. And so you're going to have to win. But it takes time, man. Like, you 20, 21, 22, you playing against grown women that are 30, 33, 34. This is what they do. This is their livelihoods. And so I can see that taking place. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time, but Caitlin Clark, like, she's earned everything that's been given to her, bro. She's earned it. Like, I want to see somebody go take a nondescript school and do what she did. I want to see that. We haven't seen it. All I do is watch sports. I don't watch nothing else really on TV. Sports. When the sport's not on, my wife and my kid, like, we love to watch, like, Survivor, The Challenge, anything that's competitive. We watching. That's what we watch.
Did you see Rod Gardner in his? Did you see Rod?
On what?
On what was it?
He wasn't on one of them two shows I just named.
One of them. It was one of them.
Because we
Survivor,
watch,
like Amazing
we watching
Race
Survivor,
or like that.
We watching The Challenge. We watching Big Brother in sports. That's what we watch in our house. Now, when I go to bed, I don't know what they watch, but that's what we watching when I'm up.
I'm up, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Can I say this? Because I know we up on the break, but let me say this. I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna start off by saying I could be a horrible person for saying this, but you know me, I always shoot from the hip. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are not on a Magic Johnson, Larry Bird level. I don't think that the WNBA, and I know this might sound horrible, I don't think that the WNBA is relevant enough or could be relevant enough where it matters enough. And I feel as though it's
gonna take time.
I feel as though that this is almost a compensation to the lack of relevance that the league holds. While you have so many gifted and talented players in the WNBA, the one focus has always, or not always, but has currently really been around Caitlin Clark. Like her getting knocked to the ground and the girl Kennedy getting, is that her name, Kennedy?
Yeah, Kennedy Carter.
That's kind of crazy, the coincidence of it. She gets ejected from the game. Okay. That should not be a headline that continues to linger on for more than a day. That's not significant enough. The team isn't relevant enough. The game wasn't relevant enough, and yet it is a story that people have grabbed and ran with. You're trying all these questions. The head coach has to stop them from asking. Ask about the rest of the game. Who won the game? How many points did the leading scorer have in the game? Who was the most talented player in the game? What's the relevance of it to the game? But that's not what's taking place here. What's taking place here is that people are so enamored or so taken by Caitlin Clark or so into whatever the agenda is that's connected to Caitlin Clark for one reason or another, deservingly, not deservingly, I don't care. It just seems to me that it's getting to the point of where it's forced. And while we can sit here and say Caitlin Clark 100% deserves all of the credit that she receives and the attention that she receives, can there be damage being done to her career based upon the idea that they're not giving her really an opportunity to be a superstar that adjusts and adapts and integrates into being a professional ball player? Take it from me. I was as big as it gets coming out of college. And let me tell you something. You know what people thought I had to do for me to have a successful career as a campaign? I had to leap over the line every single play. I heard it from multiple people. I had to do plays that were just unbelievable, extraordinary feats of athleticism for me to live up to the expectation. I'm going to Pro Bowls every year. I ended up going to Pro Bowls. And yet and still, it wasn't good enough. And I think a lot of it was based upon, and now I wasn't a national coverage or to the coverage of anything near what Caitlin Clark is, but just understanding how that feels and a role that can play and putting her in a position where what you're talking about, TJ, even talking about her not going with the USA team and all those different things, once the expectations have been put to the highest level of levels and that exists for Caitlin Clark, there's a strong possibility that she will never achieve that level.
And that's okay.
But for her, it's a shame because it steals away her having the opportunity to really be revered and really be respected and looked at in a way.
It is.
I guess it is.
Being a high level athlete, man.
I don't like it.
That's the life. But